So Peloton, now this is not like anything confirmed or anything that Peloton has said themselves, but they announced the new Peloton rower, which got a lot of people excited about because people have been hearing about the Peloton rower for the past 3 years. Like there's been rumors about it for over 3 years now. Personally, I think it's been ready, but just money wise, it hasn't made sense to manufacture it. And they announced it in their homecoming event that was last month. And then I think it was either today or maybe yesterday, they removed all mentions of the Peloton rower on their Instagram and their Twitter. So I don't know if it means like it's canceled or if it's delayed, or maybe they're just making some modification to it where that video doesn't make sense. Maybe it's like a different change, but something's kind of weird going on with that.
Something is amiss with the Peloton rowing situation. I feel like that'd be a home run, right? But that surprises me. That I thought you were going to say that Peloton has its rowing machine coming out, and then you're like, it's maybe getting canceled. I'm like, oh no! Like I feel bad for people because I'm sure they're really excited.
I mean, I know a lot of people are really excited about it, and during the pandemic, they blew up. Their stock went to like 170 at its peak, right? It started at like 26, 28, went up to 170. This week, it went under $10 for the first time, so it's at $9 now. That I would feel like is probably the most likely story behind the rower because they don't really make a lot of money on the hardware sales. They make way more on memberships in terms of like their profit margins, right?
Sure.
And it's really costly right now with the federal rate increasing to borrow money. And so they're maybe looking at like, hey, we want to manufacture these rowers. It's going to cost a lot of money to borrow. And maybe that's not like what we should do right now. And as much as I love rowing and it's growing rapidly, it's still a fraction of the sales of like treadmills and bikes.
Sure.
I would love to see, because I think Peloton is much better as a media company than as an equipment company. Even though they've invested so much into their equipment is good, but it's not the best. The reason it's considered the best is because it has some of the best programming with their classes. Since their classes is really what their profit margin is, if they can get into more of a open source like Netflix, like you can take their classes on any bike, or if you have maybe they could still do rowing classes. Somebody has a Concept 2 rower, you could tap into a whole new audience of people who probably wouldn't have bought a Peloton rower, but maybe would want to take a Peloton class. I'm not sure if that'll happen, but
I think that would be so cool. I was super impressed with the Peloton app and all the options that I had to choose from, and the variety of workouts that they had for running, cycling, HIIT, yoga, and then from there being able to filter it. So I think it'd be super cool if you could have the rowing be an option on the app as well.